Hello, I'm John Jameson reporting from the New World Family Technology Exhibition. This event is on all weekend from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. It's only 10:30 and it's already getting busy. There are a lot of mums, dads and children everywhere. I'm with Julia Swanley, one of the event organisers. Hi Julia. So, can you tell us a bit about the exhibition?
Hello and welcome, John. Well, the New World Family Technology Exhibition is now in its 4th year and getting bigger. Last year, about 5,000 people came, and this year we think there will be approximately 10,000.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yes, we're really pleased. Of course, you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer to come here. In fact, you don't even need to be interested in science and technology. The exhibition has something for everyone, adults and children. And the best thing is, it's very interactive with lots of different things to do.
Really? So people can participate in the exhibition?
That's right. You'll find about 4,000 useful, amazing and fun things that you might want to use in your own life. And you can make your own gadgets, try things out and enter competitions too.
Great, so science and technology isn't boring at all.
Exactly. Come and look at this, John. There are solar-powered toys and models. These models, planes, helicopters and cars, have a solar panel attached to them. Some of them work only when they're in the light. Others have a special battery so that they can continue working when they're not in direct light. So you can buy one made or you can build your own, which is much more fun, isn't it?
Sounds good to me. I must try that. And I hear you have competitions for the best or craziest design and some races to find the fastest solar-powered model car.
That's right.
Now, one question. Is everything at the exhibition eco-friendly?
Well, that's not the main aim of the exhibition, but a lot of the new technology here is green, and we do understand the need to protect the environment. For example, we've also got water-powered gadgets, and there are areas where kids can have fun and build their own robots with recycled materials.
That's good news. And what other eco-friendly things can we find here?
Well, we've also got new technology that saves energy, like special battery-powered bikes, and all the latest eco-friendly entertainment and music gadgets. You can test them out before you buy them, which is something you don't often get the chance to do in shops.
Julia, thanks very much for talking to me. I'm off to make an eco-friendly robot for my daughter.
Today we're looking at e-readers and Ron is in the studio to tell us more. So Ron, what exactly is an e-reader?
An e-reader is a small electronic gadget which we can use to read and store electronic books. You download them and can then start reading straight away. These little devices are about the same size as a paperback book, but slimmer and lighter, so they can be carried around in your bag or pocket.
But why do people want to read electronic books instead of paper books? It must be more expensive for a start.
It's true that an e-reader is an expensive gadget. Prices range from around 80 to 200 euros. However, electronic books are cheaper than traditional books, and some e-readers even give you a number of books free. The biggest advantage, though, is that instead of carrying around a lot of books, all the books you own can be kept on one small gadget, which only weighs a few hundred grams and is lighter than a paperback.
Well, that is convenient. How many books can be put on an e-reader?
Well, a top e-reader can store up to 3,500 books. That's more books than I could read in a lifetime. And it's not only for books, you can also download electronic magazines and newspapers. E-readers have many of the same features as traditional books. Some people like to write notes while they're reading, for example, and you can do that as well as highlight and bookmark pages. They have more features than paper books, though. They're much more interactive. For example, the size of the print can often be changed. It can be made bigger, which makes it easier to read. Some can also read the book aloud, and there are even ones with built-in dictionaries and the internet. So it's very useful if you love reading and you travel a lot, or if perhaps you're running out of space on your bookshelves.
Are there times when an e-reader wouldn't be a good idea?
Well, I remember when I was studying, I sometimes wanted to have many different textbooks open at the same time on my desk. You can't do that with an e-reader.
I see. Another nice thing about traditional paper books is that if you have enjoyed a book, you can lend it to a friend. I don't imagine you can do that with an e-reader.
Well, you'd be surprised. You can lend an ebook you have downloaded to another person for free. They can even read it on their tablet if they don't have an e-reader. They just need the right app. But you can only lend a particular book once and for 2 weeks only.
Imagine if you're someone who loses things easily. It might not be the best idea either.
Well, no, it's certainly easier to replace a single book than a whole electronic library.
And is it difficult to read from these gadgets?
Well, people were concerned about this in the past, but the screens have improved in recent years. Now ebooks can be read even in bright sunshine. The biggest complaint is about having to recharge the batteries. Batteries have been revolutionised a lot over the years though, and now these batteries can last up to 1 month. So it's not really a problem.
Well, thanks, Ron. At least now listeners know what to look for. I'll stick with my paperbacks for a little longer, though.
Apps for learning English. A. Word power is all about learning words, nouns, verbs, everything. There are 8 games, which are very enjoyable. But the best part is that you can also play online against other users. At less than the price of a coffee, the app is great value for money. Games last just a few minutes, so it's perfect for a bus ride. Turn down the annoying music, though. B. Although English Scene is expensive, the app is often given awesome reviews by its users. As soon as you use it, you can understand why. Everything about this app is professional, from the high quality and interesting video stories, with challenging activities to support students in understanding them, to the simple but attractive design. C. Newscast is a professional-looking app that helps you understand the news in English. You listen to and read stories. Do some typical exercises about new words, even a little grammar, and then answer the questions. Each activity takes between 5 and 10 minutes and is surprisingly hard. D. Practice the 3,000 most frequent words in English with Passwords 3000. This app is for low-level students working by themselves and includes a very common range of activity types. It's free, so sometimes you have to watch video advertisements to continue using it. New questions are added every month. E. Language Lab costs nothing, but will be of limited interest to anyone except high-level language learners. The grammar reference for each topic is full of important details, but the practice that follows is fairly typical. The app also allows you to compare your progress with friends on social networks. F. The design of Vid English isn't always clear, and it seems to be mainly links to very high-level video clips from documentaries. The clips aren't downloaded with the app, so it's best to use when you have free Wi-Fi. There is a basic dictionary, and the app is completely free, with no advertisements. G. The first thing you notice with GrammarWise is its professional-looking design. Everything about this app is easy to use. There are fun animated grammar presentations and a huge choice of practice activities with over 50 different grammar topics per level. You can try one topic for free, but it costs to get access to the whole app. H. Themes is a fresh and unusual app. It uses games to teach grammar and vocabulary through topics like science and history. The app is perfect for when you only have a few minutes to practice, but at the moment you can only play by yourself.
I have a computer technology assignment, and I have absolutely no idea what the answers to these questions are. I mean, do you know when the public first used the World Wide Web?
No. But I have my computer here. We can check it out.
Oh, okay. Do you mind?
Sure. Let me turn it on. Okay, so what was that first question?
Do you know when the public first used the World Wide Web?
Okay, it looks like, 1991. August 6th, 1991. That's when people first used the internet. It actually started back in the 1960s, though. Okay, so what's your next question?
Can you find out what the first webcam filmed?
Let's see. Oh, it was filming a coffee pot at the University of Cambridge, so people could see on their computers when the coffee pot was full.
Really? That's hilarious. All right, next. Do you know what the most popular online activities are? One has to be shopping, right?
Well, that and banking maybe. Huh. Interesting. It says online banking, then shopping, and then searching for jobs. It says 60% of people in 24 countries use the internet for online banking.
Well, at least I got one kind of right.
Okay. What else?
Can you guess how many new blogs people add to the internet each day?
Oh, that's going to be a lot. 50,000? No, more than 175,000.
Wow.
Many of them are personal blogs and news blogs, it says. Okay, next one.
Do you know what the first email spam advertised?
I bet it was jeans. Or wait, well,
I guessed vacations.
no, it advertised a computer. Though it says now it's mainly medications.
Okay, final question. Do you know what the 3 most common languages on the internet are? I'm guessing English for sure, and,
English, Chinese, and Spanish. Okay. English represents more than 43% of the internet.
Perfect. Thanks.
No problem. It's easy when you can look everything up online.
Yeah. Oh, but wait. Shoot. It says here that I have to look the information up again from another source. Oh, no. I have to do it all again?
Oh no, my laptop just froze up again. Do you know why it does that, Karen?
Huh. I wonder if you need to clean up your files and stuff. You can download programs to do that. I use one, though I can't remember how much it was. It wasn't expensive.
Huh. Technology's great when it works, but when it doesn't, it drives me crazy. Usually because I have no idea what to do.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd do without my laptop, though. If I had to work from my office all the time, I'd hate it. I hate working at a desk all day. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Though I guess it's not always good to take work with you everywhere. Sometimes I feel pressured to check my work email even when it's my day off. And it's kind of addictive. You end up checking messages late at night and everything.
I know what you mean, but it's nice to be flexible. Leave work early, do work at home. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. On the other hand, it's probably better to separate work from your free time. I mean, it's like when you hang out with a friend and they're texting all the time, and you're trying to have a conversation. It's really annoying.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I can text and listen at the same time.
Really? Okay, so my laptop's running again. So, can you remember which program you used? I'll look it up.
Type in clean up my computer.
Okay. So, yeah, I have another friend, and she, always has her headphones on, listening to music on her tablet. And I'm like, take them off.
Well, it's better than playing music out loud. Now that's annoying.
In my opinion, the robot pet would be useful. People could play with it without having to clean it or feed it or take it for walks.
That's true, but it's not the same as a real pet, is it? You can love a real pet, but in my view, you couldn't really love a robot pet.
I disagree. I think that a lot of robots are very cute, so it's easy to think they're real.
Really?
Yeah, I think a robot pet would be great for some people. People who can't have a real pet because it's too expensive or because they're too busy to look after it.
That's a good point. Also, people who can't look after one. Older people, for example.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so maybe they would be useful for some people. What's your view on the robot doctor?
I don't think this would be a good idea. You can't trust it. It's better to speak to a human.
I'm not sure. Maybe the robots could find out what's wrong with us faster and better.
Really? But it could only check our bodies. I'd say that's a problem.
That's a good point. Maybe robot doctors and humans could work together. Shall we talk about the robot cleaner?
Okay, for me, a robot that cleans my room would be really useful.
You're right, I hate cleaning my room. It's so boring.
I don't think anyone likes doing housework. My parents hate it.
A robot like this would be really helpful. They'd give people more time to do other things.
Yes, good point. People could spend more time on their hobbies.
And families could spend more time together, perhaps.
Okay, so do we think the robot that does housework would be the most useful?
Yes, I think so.
Hello and welcome to Future Shop, the radio programme where we look at the gadgets of the future. We have a few different gadgets to look at today, don't we, Lisa?
Yes, we do, Ben. Let's look at these headphones first of all. We'll all have headphones like these in the future. You probably have headphones for listening to music and playing computer games, don't you?
Yes, that's right, I do.
Do you think you maybe play your music a little too loud?
Yes, sometimes, that's true.
Well, these very special headphones are for you, Ben. If you're playing your music too loudly, they automatically turn down the volume. Ear doctors across the world will love these headphones.
Amazing! Now, what about this wonderful fridge?
It doesn't look anything special to me.
Well, let me tell you that these fridges are going to be in every house in the year 3000. The fridge remembers all your favourite foods, milk, chocolate, cheese, whatever. Then, when your fridge is getting empty, it plays some music and a red light comes on with a picture of the thing you need.
Wow! I want one of these fridges.
Well, Lisa, you can't have one now, I'm afraid. They won't be in the shops for another few years.
Oh, well, take a look at this 3D TV.
Where's the plug?
It doesn't have one. You don't need to plug it in. It also makes special smells. So, if you're watching a TV program about cooking, you'll smell the food too.
I like that idea. It's making me feel hungry just thinking about it. Well, our next gadget is this very special dishwasher.
What's this on the front?
It's a television screen. While you wash your dishes, you can watch all of your favourite programmes too.
I don't think that's a very good idea. Who wants to stand up and watch the TV? That won't sell very well. I prefer this microwave. I'm going to buy this as soon as it gets to the shops. It plays music when your food is ready.
Now, that does sound like a good buy. I think I'll get one too. Do you know how much it costs?
I think a tablet's useful. If you download a film onto it, you can watch it anywhere. It's really convenient.
That's true. And the screen's bigger than a mobile, so it's easier to see what's happening. But smartphones are easier to carry around. You might not want to take your tablet on a bus or something.
Yes, that's a good point. Maybe a tablet's useful for watching a film at home then, rather than when you're out.
Yes. How about the home cinema? What do you think to that?
I think it's fantastic if you have the space. It's like having a private cinema.
You're right. I'd like a room like that. It's better to watch a film with other people too.
I'm not sure. I prefer to watch films alone. It's easier to concentrate when there aren't other people talking all the time, like my little sister.
So you don't think watching films on a laptop with friends is a good idea either?
Well, for me, laptops are great for video clips, but they aren't so good for films.
I don't agree. In my view, it's more fun to watch films with other people because you can stop the film and talk about it.
Maybe. I don't mind the cinema because everyone has to be quiet, and it's nice to go out and see something. It makes it more special. It's expensive though, isn't it?
Yes, my mum's always telling me that.
Do we need technology to communicate long distance? This is our question for Unit 10. Una, how do you communicate with your long-distance friends and family?
Through the internet mostly. Internet phone calls or video chat. I text my friends a lot.
How about you, Sophie? Do you text and chat like Una, or do you use email or the telephone?
Well, I don't use email much to talk to family and friends, but I use it for other things, like communicating with teachers. And I make telephone calls to have a long conversation with a friend, or when I'm talking to my mother.
So, do we need technology to easily communicate long distance? What did people do before? Marcus.
They wrote letters, mostly. It was very slow, and you couldn't be in touch like you can now. So I would say that to communicate as much as we do now, you definitely need technology.
Does anybody write letters anymore? Why would you write a letter?
Businesses write letters. People notice something more if it comes in the mail. Also, when something is very important, like a wedding announcement or a sympathy card, people usually send it in the mail. The method you choose just depends on who you are communicating with and what you want to say. In the old days, you didn't have a choice.